Hey, so it took me a while. Sorry I'm on so late. It was just I was talking to a friend of mine. So I just finished and I just wanted to talk about my prior jobs. I know you're expecting me to talk about my friends. I'll do that too. They're good people. Anybody that has a birthday today, I saw that there are a few birthdays out there. So happy birthday to anybody who's a birthday today and this month. Happy birthday. Enjoy all of it. Happy birthday. Basically, I started working when I was 15. It was my first summer job. It was at my town library. I worked there for about 15 years. I worked off and on. At first I started off working in my library as putting away books, and then I graduated to working the desk. And then that's basically how it is. I just worked my way up. But I'd always been there. It was right across the street from my high school, so all of my high school years I worked at this library. In fact, it was so well known that I worked at the library that everybody's like, they asked me, is that where you're going to be, at the library? That was what I was known for. If I wasn't there, I was at the library. It was what I did. And I know it too well. I know, like, certain numbers on books, and I know why they're there, and I know what they do, and I know how to check out books and check in books. I've been doing it forever. We're talking 15 years. And the only reason I stopped was at that time I got married. So I figured there'd be something else left for me to do. And honestly, there really wasn't. But that's okay. I moved on to another job. I worked at the local mall in a store. It was called Torrid. I'm sure you guys know what Torrid is. And my boss at the time, actually, it was a great place. I had so much fun. I loved being there, and I loved the people I worked with. My one boss, the main boss, she looked like Betty Page. She denied it, but if you walked in and looked at her, you're like, it's Betty Page. She looked exactly like her, in the sense that she had the same hair, and she looked like Betty Page. She was the coolest boss. And then she moved on, but I still stayed. So if you're out there, hey, I'm doing fine. I hope you're doing fine too. After that job, well, actually, it was my second job. After I left the library, I went to work for a local hospital as a unit secretary. And the job at Torrid was my second job. I just decided I wanted to work two jobs, so I worked two jobs because they needed weekend help, so I just did. I worked when I could. So I was doing two jobs at one point. Then I was diagnosed around that time too, so I was getting kind of tired. Plus, we had moved, so I left that job. But in between all that, the funniest thing was before I even got both those jobs, I was job hunting and looking. There was one job I had gotten, but it was because I was the only one that walked in, apparently. I was sort of like a sort of salesman on the phone for a cemetery. Yes, I said cemetery. I would be the one that would call this list I was given to call people up and see if they wanted to buy a plot. Yeah, that's depressing. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not happy. Just don't worry about that. And then the job I have now, I was basically a teacher and caregiver to 2 and 3-year-olds at a daycare center. I love the kids, the generations that I got. I was taking care of like two groups of kids, and I loved the first group. They were my favorite kids because you could just see how incredibly awesome they were going to grow up to be. They were nice, they were funny, they were smart. At that age, they were sponges. They wanted any and all information, and they copied you without worry. I love those kids. I miss them. My name was Miss Pat, so if anybody, Miss Pat misses you guys. And then I started to get sick, so I used to be in the hospital a lot. So I just sat there and decided, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to commit my life to doing whatever it was that made me happy and doing what I wanted to do. And not that I wasn't enjoying being with the kids. I loved it. It was just my health wouldn't allow me to care for them as best I could. So I said, if I'm going to be like this for the rest of my life, I'm going to do it doing something I loved. So I've been an actor since then. And now I'm a paid actor. I did extra work. I've worked on infomercials, and now I'm working on a play, and we're touring. So those are the listings of my jobs and my careers. Not even careers, my jobs. This is my career, my acting. That's my career, because it's the only thing I'm going to do for the rest of my life. That's what I am. And I'm damn happy to say I am. So let me know your careers. Not you. Let me say it again. Let me know the jobs you had. And let me know the career you're in now. And are you happy? That's the only way you can be. That's the only way I'm going to be for the rest of my life. If I'm not acting, then I'm not working. Honestly, I'm not doing anything else. I promise you that. Have a good day, guys.